DC has some of the best villains you will ever see. From Joker, Hugo Strange, Lex Luthor, Darkseid, Doomsday, just to name a few. But in today's video, we don't acknowledge them. We acknowledge the worst of the worst. These are the worst villains that DC have ever created and agreed should go into their comics instead of firing the person who came up with the idea and just forgetting the idea ever occurred. Obviously, I will have to put a spoiler because I am going to tell you some of these origin stories of some of these villains, but unfortunately, this is not the best villains ever. Chances are you'll never see these in any films whatsoever. Take care, and I hope you enjoy it. Let's get started. How sweet would it be to have 10 eyes? Be pretty sweet. But I don't know where this one got the idea to put them on the fingertips. That is exactly what happened to the villain Philip Raiden, who was injured in an explosion and was saved by a doctor who managed to put his eyes onto his fingertips, and he became the 10-eyed man. Minus the ridiculous location to put them, the questions beg to differ is, how do you do anything? What happens when you make a fist? You hold something, you're blind, and don't even think about wearing gloves if it's cold. I mean, this is just a ridiculous idea, and no idea why this film came about. After he was injured in the explosion that was done by thieves, he swore revenge against Batman. Why? Because it's Batman. But this one was just a joke, and I'm glad now you never hear from him ever. Next one, the Prankster. Basically, the name tells you all. Man who likes to pull pranks on people. But his gimmick is so pathetic. I mean, he's got certain devices that help him pull his pranks. He has electric buzzers, a device that makes people laugh uncontrollably, and it was just pathetic. And weirdly enough, this one was the most powerful superhero in all of DC Comics and in all of comics of all time, Superman. Superman just would have to flick him and he's done with. This one is still going, and they sort of make it a bit tougher, but nah, it's been too long and it's just a joke. It'll never be done in a film. Unfortunately, we have to 3 more. Number 3, we have a Batman villain called Polkadot Man, or What You See When on LSD. Don't do drugs. But this one is just a joke. If the suit enough wasn't embarrassing, the dots on him connect to, so he can pull and like create platforms and stuff like that. I don't know why this was considered a good thing. I think DC even know it's a joke. And also, what Batman says at the end when he beats him is just cringeworthy. But this one was just sad. Number 2 now. Number 2, we have another Batman villain. He got the best, didn't he? But this one is named Charlie Brown, who is also known as Kite Man, who basically uses a kite to escape from his crimes and uses it for his thing. But yet again, this character was defeated against a tree, so I don't know what he thought he would do against Batman, who has Batjets, every single device on his utility belt that you could have think of, and just whatever. But he was created, and unfortunately he just came as a joke. But we must continue. Before we fill number 1, let's see, here's some mentions that we didn't have time to fit in, but still the worst.
Crazy Quilt. Rainbow Raider.
Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot about this one. I can't believe it. DC may have tried to forgotten about, but I never forget. I'll always remember this villain. I'm talking, of course, about this guy, the Penny Plunderer, who was a Batman 4, and he was basically a paper guy who sold papers, and then was caught stealing pennies, and became a super villain for, well, not even a super villain, just a villain for Batman, and he became known as Penny Plunderer. The Penny Plunderer is just a joke. DC have luckily just retconned him out of existence. He used crimes based on pennies, and it was just what? But DC have luckily retconned this, so you'll never see him again. Here's a fun fact for you: the giant coin that you see in the Batcave was originally used by the Penny Plunderer to kill Batman, but was retconned into make it so the Two-Face done it to kill Batman when they retconned the Penny Plunderer out of existence. And that, without a doubt, makes the Penny Plunderer the worst villain DC have ever created. So guys, that's my list on the worst villains that DC have ever created. Maybe you agree with me, maybe I've missed some. Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, subscribe to it, and I'll see you next time for another video. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you later. Bye. I can't believe the Penny Plunderer was a fucking villain. Jesus.